Groupama moving up as well. The back of their line, Oscar Nilsson Julien, good track rider. Of course, now competing for France, but born and raised in London. He was in the British track setup until last winter when he decided to change to the country of his heritage. And of course, he is a British born and raised rider, now racing for France. He's wearing number 7. This year he's on the development team at Groupama FDJ. Interesting to see if he can do anything towards the end as well. 97 there, he's Jon Aguirre, left-hand side in the orange jersey for Euskaltel. On the right, at the back of the line, number 31, Magnus Cort Nielsen. Big 180 coming up, Robbie.
Yep, big 180, and then they just head in that southerly direction along the coastline. The last 3 kilometres, straight ahead down to the finish. Nothing in their way, an arrow straight line in. Uno-X Mobility just separated. They got Magnus Cort with 2 teammates on the left of picture. Just trying to work their way around the other side. A couple more teammates from Uno-X that just can't seem to find their way across to their teammates. Movistar now moving up left of picture as well. A lot of heads on swivels, Rob,
dear.
Looking for sprinters.
Look at that.
And that's a hard thing to see as a pre-race GC favourite, to see it riding away from you on day one. Still 52 seconds the gap to Berardi.
Portuguese time trialist Nelson Oliveira is the man most advanced from Movistar. It looks as though he's looking after Carlos Canal, rider from Galicia. He sits just 3 or 4 bike lengths behind. Now Israel Premier Tech move up at the bottom of your picture in the white and blue. Polti Visit Malta have a big train, big loud lead out. They have a massive opportunity to take their first win since last April. And the man who's going to try and fire them to glory is the man who won on that day in Turkey, their Italian sprinter Giovanni Lonardi. We're moving to 2.1 kilometres to go now. This is hotting up, and behind, they're not going to get back in. It's 52 seconds.
No, they're not going to get back in. And at the front now, Uno-X Mobility, all their riders have now found each other. One more coming up on the left of screen, but they've now got 5 riders together. There were 3, another 2 separated. They've joined all together. 1.8k to go. They're ready to launch this big lead out for Magnus Cort.
Just to the north of Porto, in Matosinhos, we await the arrival of the opening stage of our Gran Camino. This is a race that celebrates the roots of pilgrimage, taking the right road, the right path. Who's going to do it here in the final 1.5 kilometres to the finish line? Look out for those white, green and red jerseys of Polti Visit Malta. One by one they peel off and they are ready. It's the red, yellow and orange of Uno-X that's trying to set up Magnus Cort. He's on the right-hand side, just on the wheel of the man who's going to lead him out, who's Fredrik Dvernes. On the left-hand side, there's elbow stuff there. It looks as though in this picture everybody's okay and still there, but has it put somebody off their stride? The pace is really up here, Roy, heading up now into the final kilometre. Flamme Rouge.
That was shoulder to shoulder. And Magnus Cort, he hit the rider next to him, but he also hit a drain grate in the road, and that was a really close call for Magnus Cort as they just swing to the right and back to the left and right on the shoreline. Always a little bit of a breeze pushing in off the ocean as well. Magnus Cort in a good position here, but intermingled there with Polti Visit Malta.
And it's the lead out that begins now for them, with Mitko Maestri trying to do that. Giovanni Lonardi's on his wheel, ready, set and waiting to go. Magnus Cort's going to launch off the wheel if he can. There's an opportunity too for Jordi Wadlop. He's the man in the blue with 400 metres to go now. On this near side, it's going to be Magnus Cort who launches early. He's gone for it here. The man in the red, he is there. It's 200 metres to the line now, trying to come around now and threaten him though for if up, and it's Santiago Mesa. Mesa in the orange trying to get behind. He can't do it though. It's Magnus Cort all the way, and Magnus Cort Nielsen wins for Uno-X. That was a long sprint. He really launched it all the way, and Magnus Cort takes victory for Uno-X, who rode all day. Cort wins for the 2nd time in his career at Gran Camino. He's taken the right route, and he's taken the route to the first yellow jersey.